It is my pleasure to welcome you to the flagship talk show of Kaftan Television, Matters Arising. And of course, you know that it centers on trending national and international topics, usually analyzed by our team of seasoned in-house broadcast journalists. And my name is Dayo Mogu.
And I'm Chukunalu Eke.
Kaiti Boats is my name. Good evening.
Now, let's remind you that this program is designed to be conversational, to be engaging and incisive, so that you can be a part of the program. And so that's why you are supposed to call in at the appropriate time when we open the phone line. So please do get ready to be a part of this program, not just by watching, but by also calling in so we can have the benefit of your wisdom. And when you do call in, please do take note of 1, 2, 3 things. Number one, ensure that the volume of your TV set is reasonable, is low, not high, so it doesn't interfere with your call. And also to ensure that you do not stay too close to the television set so that there's no callback, no interference. And also, I always advise that you put down your ideas in bullet form so it can assist you to flow without having to ramble. That's very crucial because the world is about to listen to you, and it's good that you prepare. Yeah, it might just be your 1 minute of fame, so that your 1 minute of fame doesn't turn to 1 minute of infamy. All right? Okay, so we're talking this evening about something that's trending also, and I'm sure that some of you are very interested. Have you heard, have you noticed, have you seen, have you been told that 2 PDP governors left the party within 24 hours? Yeah. So, Enugu governor left on Tuesday, if I remember correctly, and yesterday, Governor Doye Diri left also the party. And so we're saying, what does this mean? What does this portend for the opposition? How does this help the cause of democracy? Because democracy without opposition, what's that? I don't know. So in the course of this program, we'll try to look at that. Why, in the first instance, will, for example, in the case of, specifically in the case of Doye Diri, why would a second-term governor defect? And if you go to Mba, why would a governor that's doing well in his state defect? Of what use is it? Don't forget, in this same country, we had Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor in Lagos State, and a time came when the PDP, just like they're saying Tinubu hurricane, the PDP hurricane swept off all the governors in the southwest, and it was remaining only this man that is president now. And he stood his ground. He stood his ground, and see where he is right now. I'm surprised that people cannot be men of conviction about principles. It's really a challenge in the Nigerian system that people are not principled. People don't operate with principles. People would rather go for sentiments. We're hardly ever altruistic in our thinking. We're hardly ever long-term in our thinking. We're always short-term. We're always thinking, what is the benefit now? What can I grab now? And that's why we have the kind of situation that we have. Whether you like it or not, Tinubu sold for long-term, for the long haul, and it has worked out for him. I think that we need to begin to think that way too, many of us. I'll leave it here. Get ready, because very shortly the line will be open, even as my colleagues wade in.
Okay, good evening, viewers. When I look at the defection that is happening, the gale of defection happening from PDP to APC, I feel that it's about political realignment. It's not about Nigeria per se. It's not about the people. It's not about the country. It's not about the growth, but it's about realignment for their own selfish gain. Looking only this year, we've had governor of Akwa Ibom State defected to APC. We've had Delta State and the whole structure of PDP. In fact, presently there is no more PDP in Delta State. All the structure to the world level, they moved to APC. Moving to APC is all about 2027. And to our surprise, though we are not surprised about it, Enugu State too join the fray. It's all about trading. What are you going to gain? Is our turn, is the town of the south. Let us support the president. Let us do that. That is how I feel about it. And some of them, they are weak in terms of politics. That is why they are moving. Somehow, you give respect to Wike. I believe when Wike was governor, you can't threaten Wike to say if you did not defect to APC, I will make sure that you are not. You can't do that to him because he was close to his people. No matter, you might not like his politics, you might not like what he says, but he was around for his people, or he was on ground in the state. But some of the governors we are having today, they can't stand. Just like what we said about in your introduction, what you said about President Bola Tinubu when he was governor, with former President Obasanjo during his time, with his military tactics. President Bola Tinubu stood his ground and he maintained Lagos. They lost Ogun State, they lost Oyo State, I think they lost the Ekiti State, Ondo, and Osun. Yes, they lost that. Was busy according to Mishore, then Olagusoye. So they lost all those states there, but Lagos State remained. So if Delta should stand his ground and they are close to their people, I believe they will not be scared of Bola Tinubu to say you will lose your election. If Enugu State, with what we are seeing on newspaper, what we are reading and seeing on television or in the media generally, that he's doing work, he's doing this, or doing that, I don't think he should be afraid of staying in PDP, staying with his ideology, staying with the party that brought him in as the governor of the state. But I don't know, to us is beyond our understanding. But I believe that is about realignment for their own selfish gain.
Well, I think I'm in line with what Eke just said, but I'm in line with what he just said, his line of thought. And then in addition to what Eke just said, I think it boils down to where we have a society, we have a group of politicians who fall for everything. Anything. It boils down to a scenario where people are not principled, like what you said. People fall for everything, lack of ideologies, lack of self-respect, and all that. That is why, for me, I have few politicians where I have some level of regards for, including this, including the FCT minister. He even if he stands alone, you could see some level of principle. And then if you look at the personality of the likes of Rotimi Amechi, ever since Amechi, whether we like it or not, it might not have gone down well with some Nigerians, but he had his own reason for moving away from PDP then, and he moved. When he moved, he left. And then throughout the 8 years in APC, it was okay, but at a point when he felt he was no longer comfortable, he took his decision, and then even the present president now, Tinubu, when he was just the only voice. He was just the only person then, but he stood his ground. So these are people you know they stand for something, even if it does not go down well with a lot of people. But here is a scenario where you see politicians jumping, like I like using the word frog, using from moving from one party to the other. I mean, and it's even becoming so uninteresting. I think the whole thing here boils down to, if we have a system where the electoral free and fair election is guaranteed, I think some of these people will be so disappointed. Because for me, if we have a situation where we have free, fair and credible election, all these politicians moving up and down will be so frustrated and stranded, because at the end of the day, if the people's vote is what matters, you see that we've gotten to a stage in Nigeria where party should not determine who wins an election. I don't know if you get my point.
We need to begin to think seriously.
Yes, it should be the
candidates.
voters. If we have credible election, I mean, if you like, be in the ruling party, you still lose. So for me, it is not all about which party. Like presently we have 10, I think about 10, if I'm not mistaken, 10 PDP states left. That's if they're up to, yes, 10, yeah, okay, because of this defection now, because it was 10. So we should get to a point where, if we get to a point where people's votes count, I think people will begin to go beyond the level of party.
Before the vote counting, there is a law that say, I think the Constitution talked about you losing your seat when you jump from your party to another party.
That is even a different.
Can we enforce that?
I think there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
There's also, that law is in place, but there's also a caveat, there's also a clause
that your
says
party
if your party is in crisis,
and
they can cite all that.
Anybody can cite that party is in crisis. Is PDP in Delta states? Is there crisis?
Was there a crisis in the Delta state at the time?
No, but even at that, you know, all those things have been ignored. It boils down to credibility here. All these things boils down to credibility. But even at that, if we get to a level where the votes of Nigerians are guaranteed, even if you are like you know, something happened in 2023. You know, Peter Obi came from a background where a known, not unpopular party, but though he didn't win at the end of the day, but we could see the turnout of support, the number of supports he got. So we should get to a point where the party you belong shouldn't matter. And I think what is happening now is that there might be some hands anyway, there might be some invisible hands that is whatever, that is the reason for all this movement and all that. Yeah. There might be some.
It's not might, there is.
Okay.
Yes, because if you look at the backstory of some of them, that
and then the invisible hand is just taking advantage of the greed involved, the greedy nature of Nigerian politicians. Because if you are not greedy, if you are not greedy, if you have principles, you will not fall for some things. So that invisible hand for me is taking advantage of the greed of an average Nigerian politician, the personal interest of an, I don't know if you get me, the personal interest of a typical Nigerian politician that overrides every other thing. But otherwise, this wouldn't be happening.
I agree with you, but I also want to add to that, but which is, to me, is the major problem too. is the weak institution
that we have.
Yes,
like the judiciary. Like what you were saying about and she was saying we need to enforce it.
Enforce it.
It has never been enforced. That's what she said. She said
that's why I said credibility
because
of something. This boils down to credibility, free and fair, and all that.
We had legislators move from one place and remain
it happened in River State just recently. Some House of Assembly moved to another party, and court was declaring something else. So how will you now?
And they later said that they didn't.
They didn't move, and we saw all the mago, the
so
katakata.
If we have a system where the vote of majority of Nigerians count, even if you like, move to the ruling party, but if you are not performing,
you will lose your seat.
You can easily lose your seat. So if we get to that point,
that's during elections.
That's what
but we should have a situation where immediately the judiciary can step in and say, look, you got here on the ticket of so party. You cannot suddenly now jump from that party and go to that party and still remain here. You need to drop.
It's all centered on lack of credibility, because if there is credibility, once you do that, there should be a penalty.
Yes, the system should just pick you
knock you off. It starts from there.
It's dear viewers, you can call in now. The phone line is this is fast. Okay, so I don't even need to finish talking.
Yes.
Hello. Yes.
Good evening, Captain TV.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is Moses from Uyo.
Okay.
Moses Abadi. Are you Abadi? You know.
Uyo is Abadi
now.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
I'm talking about Governor in the former party, so no party.
Yes.
It's a display of show to them. It doesn't mean anything for Nigeria because we know the truth. I would never remain to say so. What attracted me to APC is a good government, borrow of money, hungry in the land, insecurity, what else? Debt burden to Nigerians. They're making sure of themselves. Nigeria will teach the lesson in 2027. I tell the truth. We are ready. People are ready to vote. Unless the foolish one doesn't know their right and left and right. People are suffering under Tinubu. Cost of living, no food. No building materials, nothing work. People are running their death to go and hide themselves under the shelter of whatever that's not made in Nigeria. We are ready. Even in our state, we are ready to vote in out of power. And it is insane. Party that labor and vote you into power. Come and you see, you look at my state, look at that state. I wish all the North should also talk to another party. They sort of think that they can make something move without president. All the nothing now, 19 nothing says talk to another party. Let us say vote north and south. But it's a shame. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing president and the southern president. Who can pay for what matters? When we talk about Apache government was 100% better than this. So nobody has ever ruled that get this way. I don't believe in whether they are from inside or I think they have come from everywhere and Nigeria. We are putting ourselves. That is my opinion.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, the thing is, I read something some time ago. It says the persons who count the most in an election are not the people who vote. It's the people who count the votes.
Well, that's
which is like the people who count the vote, because it's what they bring out. As
what they tell you that is the number.
That's the credibility now.
That's it. So it's a very difficult one. Indeed, even if all Nigerians vote and votes do not count, there's no credibility, then we still have a challenge. Because I've heard this kind of line of thought, the one that Moses just said, that look, whether some people choose to belong to a ruling party or not, will know who to vote. And that's what will be also said today. That the fact that people are moving does not change the people. It may change those leaders, but it doesn't change. And I believe that will happen in the southeast.
The masses, do they have the network,
the cohesion
to checkmate these politicians.
And you know, another challenge we have, whether we like it or not, the voters turnout for me 2023 was actually very, very poor.
No, but if you compare that to previous years, it was huge.
No, I know. If you consider a situation where we have over 200 million Nigerians,
and at least of that figure,
less than 30%.
No, it depends on the voters.
The voters registered.
That's what I'm saying.
About
90 million.
People should get out there, register.
Okay, mind you, some people, some of them are late. Those people on the register, ANEC register, some of them are late. Those ones.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Yes, welcome. This voice, welcome 3 times. Ola, how was your day?
My name is Ola from Lagos. Good evening, Mr. Daniel. Good evening, Marisa Ekaiti.
Good evening, Mr. Ola.
Good evening, our brother there, the guest. And well, we are where we are, and I think, one thing that we have to say first is that at least thank God that we have a station like Captain TV that they are passionate about the people, because all we have been discussing is about Nigerians and what happened to the welfare and to the needs of Nigeria in general. But having said that, if you are going to be talking about the issue of governors that are defecting, number one, I see it as a form of a state capture. And thank God that Marisa Ekaiti, she has mentioned something, was talking about credibility. Now she talked about credibility, me, I was talking about character. Because when the people that you claim that they want to represent or to manage the affairs of the state, when they have a questionable character in terms of the way they manage resources, in terms of the way their foundation, maybe educational background and all that, you will expect that they be looking for where to hide. Yes. Now we have been talking about issue of a particular APC chieftain that said the moment you move to APC, your sins are forgiven. So automatically, and we have had a situation where somebody that contested as the vice presidential candidate was invited by EFCC, for over $1 trillion, for an allegation of over $1 trillion, but now nobody is hearing anything about it after he has moved and ported to the APC. The same thing with Yaya Bello, upon all the bragado of the chairman of the EFCC, that he will make sure that he will do this, he will do that. Now, Yaya Bello is on live, on social, go and check. That he's even giving instruction to House of Assembly. So, when we look at all these things, number one, you ask yourself question, what happened to our recruitment pattern? Our recruitment pattern, recruitment into leadership position has been faulty.
True.
Then when you now have that, this is the results that we get, result of electoral malpractices. In 2023 election, from presidential election to the list to National Assembly, 92% of elections that took place that time, they were determined in the court. That's to tell you that politicians affected electoral. If 92% of election, that means 8% were determined by people. So if any politician has the resources to manipulate in the court, that means that they, at the end of it, they use that resources to take charge and determine who becomes what. Finally, we have been talking about 14 trillion realized from subsidy. And all you have been hearing, I said this again, and I continue to see it, regardless of what anybody said, that go and meet your governor.
Exactly.
And some of them have been saying, does it look like this money given to governors is for the election bid? It's looking, because there is allegations going around, that it's looking like as if this money given to governor is like for the election bid of Mr. President during the same election. Because if certain amount of money were removed and people were being punished, and you give it to governor, and you're saying governor should go and wet the ground, and governor have refused to wet the ground. I took my child to the school in Osun, and the federal road from Ibadan to Osun is a dead trap that people start to follow one way with truck coming, and I begin to ask. And when I enter into Osun State that their allocation has been withheld and it has been given to the illegal APC chairman local government. Go to that place, you see what road the man has developed and construct everything. And I was driving around. So I begin to ask question that if all those things are happening, what happened? It will show that they will continue to become, whether you are PDP or you are this, there is somebody, there's an invisible hand. We are still see. It is part of this the increment and allocation that they given to them, that some of them have not been able to do anything. I said yesterday, and I will give the analogy again, Mr. Dayo, if you give your wife certain amount of money to pay your children's school fees, and she refused to pay the school fees, and your children were sent out from school, and they came and said, Daddy, our schools have not been paid. Will you ask the children to go and meet their mom, or you call your wife that you have given the money to? This is just this thing. Because if you have given an amount of money and you can use the power to remove an incumbent elected governor in Rivers State, there's nothing wrong. Yes, we said we run a federating unit. There's nothing wrong if, since we have how many APC governors now? 24 of them. 24 of them. Before now, there are 23. There's nothing wrong in saying, call them to your caucus and say, people, what have you been using this subsidy for? People are suffering. All we keep hearing is go and meet your governor. All of them, they have protected themselves with security. You cannot meet them except you go to social media or talk with Capsta. So all those things are the things that are putting them. But like we agree with Ekaite, the 2027 election is Nigeria against our oppressor. Is Nigerian against wicked politicians. Is Nigerian, and that is where we are going to start. Nigeria will face them, and Nigeria will see that this country belongs to all of us. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Allah with the.
I agree.
Allah with the.
I agree with the area of character.
Analysis all the time.
In the area of character, because for example, Akwa Ibom State, I am not saying reason why Akwa Ibom State
defected.
Why he defected, but I believe something, because when you
that applies to Delta also.
There's same thing with Delta.
They said they are trying to align with the center.
I'm not saying anything to align with.
Okay, after aligning now, can we now say that a whole lot of goodies have now gone to the states?
No.
What have they enjoyed?
But before now, were they deprived of?
Were they deprived?
They were
right.
And from the road in the federal road in Delta State has not been improved. From Agbo to Abraka has not been done since they moved.
Hello.
It has been like that. So easy.
Good evening, my brother.
Welcome, sir.
Comrade Jaleye Olufemi from Obakoko State.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead, sir.
It's a pity that man of pity die in the town of pity.
Say that again, because your voice suddenly went down.
It's a pity. It's a pity that man of pity down in the city of pity. If you have it in mind that these people, these governors that they are defecting, you will agree with me that it's towards their selfish. They are self-centered. They don't carry the populace along. They don't take anybody as somebody. They believe in themselves. They are working for themselves. That's number one. Then secondly, the money given to them, the allocation given to them in this state is pushing them. You are talking about Wike that he stand before when he was a governor. Now Wike is among the governors now. He's dancing to the tune of the president. Even the Senate, they are dancing to the tune of the president. They want to make this country
one party state, which is very wrong. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Among the governors now, Tinubu is performing, but with the populace, it's not performing to us. We don't know where we are going now. Although the aim of affair is with them, they have the bell. They have the bell. They will ring it when the election comes. So they are the Alpha and Omega. But God is there for us.
All right, comrade. Thank you very much. Apart from God being for us, there are times when we must play our part, because one of the problems, for example, in Christendom, particularly in this country, is that we keep getting told that, it's changing now. That narrative is changing now. But just go and pray. Your own is to pray. As a child of God, just pray. It's not. No, it's so wrong. You have a civic duty to vote, and you have a right to be voted for. We must take that up and do the needful. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
We can hear you. I answered yes. You are live. You are live on it.
My contribution, I want to say something.
Right.
What I want to say now is that what is happening in Nigeria.
What you want to say first is your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Solomon. I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I want to say is that if you watch what is happening in Nigeria, let's tell ourselves the truth. Even this PDP that we're talking about now, it's them that destroy PDP by themselves. They destroy the I think all these people, they now come and let's follow the scenario. Even this weekend, all this that is happening now, we can now this idea and use PDP and join this Tinubu issue. Is PDP people that copy. When in the convention, what happened in the convention, everybody knows what happened there. Even this country now, as it is now, everybody starts up and if the man they did this weekend, we can perform more than all this. I know that one from what I'm saying. So now, if it has happened, everybody is now calling and saying, these are all these governors that are defecting from either the east or anywhere they are defecting from. If they are doing well in their state, and still go to the APC and do well, and once they are delivering the mandate to people, they are not going to be aware of whether they want to APC or anything. What I'm saying, this thing that is happening now, is PDP that cause it. They cause the key their party by themselves because of their greediness and all these things that they are doing. So now they have people that, so anything that they see, let them take it like that. That is my own thing.
All right, Solomon. The party works against itself. A house divided against itself, how can it stand? That's what Solomon is saying.
Yes.
And indeed, I have been shouting on several programs since last year that, see, if you don't enforce discipline, you will destroy the system. If they had chalked out Atiku and Wike at the beginning of that matter, people won't be lying prostrate like this. Hello?
Who would have done it?
Huh?
Who would have done that?
Okay, hello? You're live now, you are connected. Yes, good evening.
Yeah.
Idiako, sorry them. Your body.
How fun,
You go school for this one because of a kite. You go school, maybe they teach you this one, maybe they learn you this one, so that you go come talk.
Don't worry.
Oh, you know this one. You see, your scope they work. Your scope they work.
My brother in the studio, I greet you, sir. Good evening, sir.
I greet you, brother.
Correct. Thank you, sir. If you can hear me, sir.
Clearly, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, let me just go at the odds, the matter when they are now, you see. I just want to say the defection of PDP to APC is the downfall of APC.
That effect is also coming. It's going to come. Go on.
You see, and these people, they are defecting not because to favor Mr. President, doing it to favor their own self.
Correct, go on.
Yes, why they are defecting just to protect their own say.
Interest.
And there's something that they are seeing we are not seeing.
Exactly.
These people believe that 2027 election votes will not count. Because if they believe that votes will count, they're not saying that people vote them to that place. They will still believe, say, these same people will still vote them
for
again.
them, or vote for their successor. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
they believe that 2027 election, it will be like the local government election for Rivers State.
For not be only Rivers State local government election dey like that, now almost all the states. Any party wey governor dey, na in local government election dey favour for this country. We need to check that thing well.
Yes, but if you see Rivers State local government election, the one they just conclude now, so you know it's different from all the rest ones.
All right, I agree, because even in one local government, the number of votes wey dem take vote Governor Fubara, e no reach. I mean, e no reach wetin dem count for one local government area.
Exactly. You see, that is the main reason that they defect. If it was Mr. President that does not believe, he not believes on Nigeria's vote. He only believes on my turn. So these same people now, for them to secure their own turn, now to defect to APC. You know, say Nigeria, we have two-party structure. Forget about the AGAB and the Labour. It's just two-party structure we have. Either you be PDP or you be APC.
As we come there now, even the PDP can still dey like this.
No, why I talk like that? I just want to give a scenario. Like, okay, like for my state, Delta State, if you was in 2023, the governorship aspirant for 2023 could not find his way to the government house. He failed. So that man now they prepare himself for 2027. So now this governor now knows that the only person who will give him problem in 2027 is that APC aspirant.
Okay, that's Omo Agege, right?
Yes, now go give him problem. So now I ain't go take secure his own turn again.
Now to dey inside that same party with the aspirant. Yeah. I agree.
Exactly. Because that party APC don't already thought any governor when the camp come, he get automatic ticket. So now then the camp they go APC, they go shut that person. NBC will give them problem in 2027. Then they go shut that person down. So now that person cannot collect tickets, cannot collect form for 2027 because now that person will be the problem. That is the main reason that they defend.
Okay. You know what will just enter my mind? You know, say after the election, some of these people will carry go. You know what they call come easy, go easy. If you say after the election, some of them will just go back to their party, to their PDP.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
That's the main reason I say the defending of PDP to APC is an example of APC. Because after the election, I thought so power that will come out.
And not forget, say the people wey dey inside APC wey be lord, wey be chieftain before, they no go happy say these people dey come to come take over their place. So wahala go still dey.
Yes, just like in Delta State, now APC now get the chairman of APC now, as in the leader of APC now, the governor come and I come be leader. It's not possible. You understand? So those now where Tozo power will come take place. So those things that will cause problem at the end of the day.
Or at the end of the day, people like Omo Agege, as he not get ticket for APC because of the governor wey come, if he begin the waka go PDP again
or ADC
or another party.
No, he not go agree want to go to another party because he don't lay foundation for APC. If you say he want to go to another party, now he won't go start again. So now he go remain for the APC.
Make them dig around.
He go give the governor commissioner, he go give him this, he go give him that. Now the governor not go take those ones, and their power go constant.
Wow. Oil dey your head though.
In that same data, I want him to also realize that the last, I think on Sunday, they had APC stakeholder meeting. Yeah, allegedly, we were told that I think it was Festa Kayamo that moved motion that the governor should be the sole candidate.
Oh, that's it. Now.
That's what they're saying. Yes, now with that now, so you can't tell me that Omoagege will remain with that kind of a thing for a party he built in Delta State. Though he got that through the court too, because he wasn't the leader. I think it was Amori that was the leader of APC, you know, in Delta before he became Senate President. It was when he became Senate President that he too attacked the party's structure.
Yeah, that's it. No, but what he's saying is that the man go check and say if he come out from APC, he go start all over again the build.
Yeah,
so it is better to fight it out here, and that's where the problem of the party will now begin in the state. That's what
by
they're saying.
Definitely, Ifeanyi Okowa is on ground.
2031.
I'm not campaigning for him, but having tasted some of his structure, I am from Delta State just like him.
Yes.
So I understand a little bit of dynamics in the politics in Delta State. So Okowa is on ground. You can imagine Okowa facing James Ibori. When James Ibori moved to APC, he have no choice than to move to APC with him. You understand? James Ibori is an ally of Tinubu. So he calculated. He said, "Oh boy, the way this train they move, it's better we move to APC." I think that was what happened.
Francis, so leave. You don't do. Thank you.
So,
Good answer.
Wait, before you go.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, they go.
And then what I also want to add is like he said, that there is something that they are saying that we are not seeing. Then, I believe that they might not scatter after 2027 because most of them are also looking at 2021. Who is going to be the vice president?
2021?
I mean 2031.
Let's take this one.
Who is going to be vice president?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, my country people, well done. You people are doing well. I really like your program.
Thank
you. Who they talk?
I'm Osaze, calling from Edo State.
Osaze, where did you come from for Edo State?
Edo State.
Go on. I don't hear you like that.
There is one thing I picked from what you people were saying concerning this allocation, federal allocation to the state. I don't understand this country. How the president, what the common man is benefiting from a country, you remove it, then you are not channeling it to a state governor to deliver to his people. How would that be possible? How I don't understand, because he removed the subsidy, because you and I know that it's only the subsidy that benefits everybody in general.
But sure, you see, say part of the problem was that it had become that he did like say that subsidy, he get cabal where they chop on mainly, and it was like sucking the blood of the nation, like sucking on the blood of the nation. So, but the problem is, say, if you check for 2023, they said all the parties, Peter Obi said it, Atiku said it, and Tinubu said it, that they were going to remove subsidy. But I think it is the modus operandi, the method that the current government used in doing it, that is the challenge. About removing it, if you check, Jonathan wanted to remove this in 2012. Unfortunately, these same people who have now removed it were the ones who became a cog in the wheel of that progress at the time. Maybe if that had been done at the time, maybe some of the trouble that we're going through would have been a thing of the past, and the country would have developed better. It's in the area of conjecture. We don't know, but unfortunately, it was not allowed to hold. So go ahead though and conclude your thoughts.
When Yaradua, late Yaradua was in power, were there no cabals? Because when that one came into power, he brought everything down to normal. Even I don't know when last I see kerosene. Whether kerosene do exist in this country again, I don't know. Imagine, those are the things we were enjoying those days at affordable price. But all of a sudden, they will just turn everything upside down for their own benefit. I think all these lawmakers and all the rest, they should work in this country. Let this country be a better place, because they have children and they are sending their children abroad. Those people now, they will send them back later. And if they spoil this country, their children, their generation unborn will still inherit the legacy
problem.
now.
True. But you know, human beings, many times we know they look far like that. Thank you, Osaze. Thanks for calling in. And do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
So, like I was saying, I think it's beyond 2027 when President Bola Tinubu leaves the office.
That is where the problem.
That is where the southern governors, because if you look at those people defecting their second time, those people that will be going for second time in 2027. So by 2031, they are out of job, so they will start negotiating.
That is why the case of Doye Diri is surprising, because he's a second-term governor.
Yeah, Umahi was a second-time governor. He moved to APC. They gave him minister.
Okay, so maybe that's what.
So it's strategy.
Good evening.
Good evening, Counter TV.
Welcome.
Job well done.
Thank you.
You are discussing about the defected governors.
Yes, 2 of them in a row within 24 hours.
Most of the governors have skeleton in their cupboard.
That's another one.
And they believe that if they defect to APC, their sin will be forgiven.
I think you said something about it.
That's number one. Number two, most of them are they returning back to the power come 2027. Most of them are aiming Senate. If they are good in their state, they don't need to defect to anyone.
Exactly.
If you can check some of them last week, I could remember when Wike are saying that the 14 trillion send it to all the governors. They should come and explain about it. All of them are defecting to APC just because of their sin.
That was, I think, Monday.
So either APC fall, tomorrow ADC will come up or PDP will come up, because there's no how there will be fight in the APC. Because power thoughts will definitely play out when the time comes. It's just very few. A few time now. When we enter June now, you see what you are saying. Or before December. Because APC normally plays one form. They don't like to do primary. They to just pick a candidate. Is it a democracy? Those are the issues we have in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, there's something also, though, that I'm interested in. Bye-bye. Thank you. Now, how does it feel for great people that the PDP has given a platform, gave a platform to become great in their political careers, in their political journeys, and then suddenly you see that party that brought you to limelight, that gave you an opportunity to shine, that gave you an opportunity to serve,
Shambo.
and you see the party dying? I don't understand it.
Okay, have you ever also tried to ask?
I don't understand.
PDP is the same PDP that have Obasanjo.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You had Obasanjo,
okay,
had Namadi Sambo, had Jonathan, had David Mark, had Saraki, had Akpabio, had. I mean, think about it. Really, okay.
No, those ones are latecomers to PDP. When you talk of Adamuchi,
you talk about Solomon La.
When you talk about those people, you will not be wondering why is this party like this. I think it's a problem that when Solomon La, Alex Ekweme, all these people, former Jerry Ghana, former Jigawa governor, Sule Lamido, when they were forming this party, people like Akpabio, Wike, they were in their younger years, they were not there, they didn't have Amechi, they don't have party ideology, they don't have anything to all. PDP just gave them platform,
and then you use the platform to destroy it.
Because
let's take this. Hello.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening.
Yeah, I thank you for the studio, please.
Thank you. Your name, please.
I'm McDonald. I'm calling from River State.
All right, go ahead quickly, sir.
Do you know the problem we are having in this country?
We are listening.
All the judiciary has failed. The judiciary has failed the masses.
And that is why the political alloy is being pronounced. It has been said that when you move from one party to the other, the constitution has made it clear. But there's no judiciary that wants to step them because they are dealing with the government. And for them to say that if you can't give you up because they are doing their job, if the judiciary is really independent, all this that we are saying will not be done. But I just look at Nigeria. As I am now, I'm above going to see. I only think about the children that are in that place. They are spoiling the country for the children. They should think about their children. They are securing the politicians are securing their families. But thinking about the less privileged people. It's unfortunate that judiciary are allowing the Nigerian to in this way. But they were going to pay for it.
All right, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there so that we can get some other persons too.
When things will turn around, it is you people again who will start the same idea. But things will not be the same. It is going to be better. Nigeria will be better than the same year, by God's grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At least I like the fact that you are hopeful, that you're positive, and that's in spite of everything. We need to keep an open, hopeful, positive mind. Yes.
I think, like we were talking, PDP lost it when ethnic politics came in. The PDP used to be national party.
It's still more national.
I mean, you think so? I personally, I don't think so now, because the northern bloc that's supposed to maintain, they are the one moving to ADC now. If you look at it, you know. So when the politics of good luck must go came in, I think that was where PDP
destruction really.
Destruction,
there was so much betrayal.
Let's take this. Hello.
Now, good evening, Ogatayo, and guests at the house, Mohammed from Edinburgh.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
Yes, I'm listening to you as well. In fact, not only me, almost all of us, we are watching Captain TV. In fact, we are enjoying your conversation, even though this issue did not affect us here. But we are Nigerians, and we are always with you. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, I have been saying this thing without number. That politics in Nigeria is not on ideology. Politics is like money making. You understand?
Yes.
So, I'm hearing you now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. It's good. Yeah.
Very good. So, you see, changing party. Since Adam Osomole say if you come to their party, your sin is forgiven. I am telling you, not only two governors, almost all the governors in Portends, because president say he has been giving them money since removal of subsidy, and all the states you find that nobody has utilized that money but people, and their accountability day is waiting for them. So for them to accept that accountability, they have to come under that umbrella of the ruling party so that they will be covered. This is another ploy. At the same time, overpower those who nurture that party in that state, because APC's system of government is that once the governor comes in, he's going to take over the whole mantle of the party structure. So it's an added advantage. And then one, they will be covered from investigation. Two, they will become a landlord of the people, and so on and so on. This is a political calculation. People are just watching.
Okay, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Today, many people talk about PDP and its greed and its lack of internal democracy or whatever, and all kinds of challenges that bedevil the party that has brought it to its knees right now. Don't you think that that's the very path, from what you have said, that's the very path that APC is gradually towing? Oh no, Mohammed, can you please call back? Oh no. But we have limited time. We have about 2-3 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay, who's this? I wish it was Mohammed. Hello? Wow, what's happening? Hello,
good evening.
good evening.
Good evening, Captain TV.
Good evening. You probably will be the last caller. Go ahead quickly. Your name, your location, and then dive in. From Kogi State.
Yes, my contribution is that we don't have true politicians. They are all criminals. You know what
That's not too good. Go ahead though.
You know what that is, because tomorrow they
they will still go back to the normal position they had before they got to that office.
How?
Because if you study most of them, like this defector, he started from Saraki and all that. When they came up together against good luck, now we are harvesting it now. What is Saraki today? Saraki is nowhere to define in politics today. So the same thing happened to these people. Up to Wiki and his company, they are all working for the president or one thing or the other, not for the good of the nation, but for their own selfish interest. God will review them very soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. But you know the problem with that is like sometimes when we need to take action and we leave it to prayer. The problem with that is that they will revert to those situations when they are old and our lives have been traumatized. Several persons
and
lives have been
recover from it.
Exactly. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Last caller, your name.
Good evening, I'm Nimite calling from Bayelsa State.
All right, quickly.
Bayelsa State.
Go on.
The latest APC.
The politicians in Nigeria,
The latest APC.
What we are seeing here is like a child play because people who are ruling us, they don't understand themselves. They are lying in the public and their children are looking at them in their homes. And this country, we begin to see, if they don't stop these things, we are going to see that the younger people that are growing up may not be able to rule this country because what they are being taught is very bad.
All right. Let's leave it there, my brother. We don't have the time. We just got to go. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, but time is the problem. Sorry about it. Good night. Have a great night. So at this point, we just must run along, and it's been a wonderful time with you. We do. We wish that we could have much more time. Maybe very soon we turn this to 2 hours if we get sponsorship. So many of you are watching and you're in a position to bring some advert here. Support us with your adverts and we probably could consider extending the time. So that's where I'm going to leave it off, and it's good night from me, Dayo Omobu.
Okay, good night. Chukunalo Eke.
Ekaite Ibros is my name. Bye for now.
And as we say at Kaftan Television,
Imagine a beautiful world.